Hi, thanks for visiting my channel, and I received my SSS August 2014 card kit, and I decided to show you guys the cards I made and show you what the kit looks like. First you get an idea sheet with some pretty cards. Then you get the stamp set. It's called Ice Cream Dreams, and it's from Simon Says. Then you get 12 sheets of Bo Bunny lemonade stand designer papers. I love that one, so pretty. Love the papers. Then you get 2 distress markers. One is Squeeze Lemonade and Peacock Feathers. Then you get 1 sheet of Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock. At least 5 embellishments from Simple Stories Good Day Sunshine collection, and the embellishments are all about summer. Then your lollipop. Then you get 4 sheets of cardstock from Simon Says. You get the white, the sunshine, the green apple, and orange peel. Totally pretty. For the first card, I started with some white cardstock, and I add this pattern paper at the bottom, and then I add this next pattern piece at the side like so. Then I stamped 3 of the ice cream cones and colored them up with my Copics, and add some stickers at the top. So I made a vanilla, a strawberry, and a chocolate. And then I stamped ice cream for ice cream, and we all scream for ice cream. Right? That sounds right. And then I added some gems from 3 birds, like so. I made a little mess when I stamped my sentiment, but by the end of the card, by the end of the video, I fixed that, and you see that in the photo at the end. And I love these gems that I'm adding. They're so pretty, and I'm just using my glossy accents to adhere my gems. Nice. That's pretty much for my first card. For the second card, use my Spellbinders heart die set to cut out a heart in this pattern paper, and then I use the Spellbinder scallop heart die set to create a frame, and then load it up with some foam adhesives, and I'm gonna adhere it to a white card base. So this is what the card looks like so far. And then I stamped my ice cream cone again twice, colored it up again with my Copics, and this time I have 2 chocolate ice creams, and they're gonna go in the center of the heart like so. Then I stamped the sentiment, I love you more than ice cream. That's a lot, from the stamp set. I'm stamping on some, I was going to stamp it directly to the card, but then I thought some needs a little more white, so I stamped it on a piece of cardstock. And I'm actually using my Onyx black ink question mark, and I'm going to cut it out and make a fishtail on both ends. But first I'm going to add some embossing powder, and this is what it looks like. On the inside I used the heart that I cut from the front and just add another ice cream, and that was my second card. For the third card, I started with this, my favorite pattern paper from the set, and I stamped 3 ice creams without color in the front on a piece of cardstock, white cardstock, and then I just used a piece of vellum and stamped "You're So Cool" and wrap it around over my ice creams. And I'm going to adhere it to the green apple cardstock that comes in the kit, and it's such a pretty cardstock. I think I love Simon Says cardstock a lot. And that's pretty much for the front of this card. Very simple but pretty. Then for the inside, I just stamped my 3 ice cream again and added just a little strip of color at the bottom, and that was it for this card. For card number 4, I used my favorite piece of paper again that was left over, and I just glued it to the center of my sunshine card base. And then I cut this frame up using my Spellbinder square die set, and I'm just going to adhere it. I just used some white cardstock. And I'm just going to adhere it like so. And then I stamped another ice cream, and I'm just going to leave it white, like so. You're So Cool. I did the bottom of the frame, and then for the inside I did the same frame and stamped ice cream, you scream for ice cream again, and add a little ice cream on the side, and that was it for that card. Card number 5, I used this pattern paper and I just rounded all corners. Then I used my MFT stitch circle dies to cut out 2 circles in 2 different sizes. Then I stamped my sentiment that says "All you need is ice cream," and I cut it out with a circle also and adhere it to the second circle at the bottom. And for the circle on the top, I'm going to adhere the 3 ice creams from the stamp set again. Actually color them up this time, and I add some dimensionals from Stampin' Up to pop them up a little, like so. And the one in the middle actually take a foam adhesive to pop it up even higher than the other 2. Some Winkle Stella to my ice creams, and then add a couple of dots, some gold glitter dots. And for the inside, I add a piece of the pattern paper, stamp ice cream for ice cream, rough for ice cream again, and framed it with a red circle, that was it for that card. For my final card, I started with a white card base, and I cut that green chevron pattern paper on the side, and also this pretty multicolor pattern, and then I add this yellow piece with 2 of my ice cream cones stamped, and then I colored another ice cream cone up, add a little smiley face that comes in the stamp set, and I'm going to add that one in the middle. Like so. I also stamped "I love you more than ice cream" on the bottom, and then I cut some little hearts from this Martha Stewart punch. I didn't have some small hearts, so I just stamped it with a border punch, and then for the inside I just used some of the same pattern paper, 2 little hearts and a sentiment, and that was the final card. Thank you guys for watching.